Well, I got nicknamed Johnny Franchise. I think it first started with a guy named Brian Schnell, who's a good friend and an attorney in Minneapolis. And we were at a conference and things were just getting started and everyone's kind of saying hello to each other. And, my name is Francis, Francis, and you can't say franchise without those letters. So it's kind of funny how it fit, but he said, when I see you, I think of Johnny Franchise, which kind of stuck. And Johnny Franchise, I think, is kind of a neat name because I think it gives a connotation of friendly and personable and kind of a universal, wide range. I like to call myself a utility player. You put me where you need me and I'll figure it out. I just want to help, really. And being able to do that in a personal, kind of casual, informal, that's really my style. I think what makes me different as a speaker, and particularly, is I'm focused on franchising. Really, that's all I'm really interested in is trying to help people in the franchise world. So I don't consider myself a marketing expert or a training expert or a technology expert. I'm a franchise expert. So that might be a little bit unusual. And really, the way I approach a speaking opportunity is to get to know the organization, get to know the corporate team, the ownership, the leadership, the management. Try to really understand who they are and where they are and what they've been through and where their challenges are as an organization, because everyone's got something they're dealing with. And then I also want to talk to their franchisees, maybe their advisory council if they have one, maybe a few other owners, maybe visit some stores if they have stores, or visit their facilities and really know their business enough to understand where they are and what their issues might be. And I think the unique thing is I can identify with both parties at the same time, really wherever they are in the learning curve. If they're big and sophisticated and multi-unit, multi-brand franchisees, I know those people, I can relate to those people. I've been a franchisee at that level, all the way down to the brand new startup first open store. I've been that guy too. And I've done it in a number of different brands and a number of different places. And so I take that experience and I gain that perspective, and then I think what I offer then is a real assessment of where they are, state the facts in a no-nonsense, direct, kind of straightforward way, and then I talk about possible solutions or possible choices, possible things that they hadn't thought about. I've helped people move through their career path as an executive, through mentoring and things of that nature. I've helped franchisees move through their career path as a franchisee. I've helped people expand and develop. I've helped people close and retire. I've helped brands go overseas. I've helped overseas brands come to America. So I think what makes me different is I can identify with a lot of people at a lot of levels real quickly, real directly, in a constructive, positive kind of way. So the brands that I've been involved with, our family business was the Barbers, franchisor based in Minneapolis. We franchised City Looks, Cost Cutters, and We Care Hair brands. Those were our main brands. We sold that whole thing to Regis Corporation. So I worked there for a little while. Actually got exposed to their Supercuts brand at Regis, which is another tremendous brand. Worked with a restaurant brand called Dino's. Worked with a peer group brand called Inner Circle. Worked with a janitorial cleaning service called Office Pride. Other brands I've been involved with, Sport Clips, another hair salon franchise. I've served on their board. Worked with a t-shirt brand called Big Frog. Worked with a beauty brand called Seva Beauty. Then in 2001, I signed on with Postnet. The opportunity for franchising and the way it creates opportunity for everybody to participate. The people who create the concept, the people who invest and operate the concept, the people who work for them. It has a multiple dimension of opportunity. And my dad got a hold of that, and that fit him perfectly. And he propelled that phenomenon of franchising through the salon industry and actually changed the industry by creating a new level of opportunity for barbers and for hairdressers and for owners of salons. to really create a substantial business and a path of growth that didn't exist before. And also along the way, my dad helped change the franchise industry. The approach he used and the things they did as an organization back in the late 70s and the early 80s were innovative and new and created all kinds of examples that other brands and systems have since taken on and are now commonplace in franchising. So it was a lot of fun to grow up in that environment and have that level of understanding from such a young age and be surrounded by it really all my whole life. I would say the most important lesson I've learned, I learned from my dad. I learned a lot of things from my dad, but what I learned is look for the win-win. Franchising is the only business model that I'm aware of where everybody can win when it's done properly. And looking for the win-win outcome is the lesson that I learned at an early age. And that's something I guess it's kind of hardwired into me to look for those kind of outcomes. Is what's the best way here where everybody can win? And it's nice that I think franchising allows for that to happen more often than not. And especially if the people have integrity and are motivated properly to do the right thing, generally speaking, those mutual benefit or mutual win-win is an easy thing to accomplish in franchising. That's the best lesson I've learned. Look for the win-win.